Americans oppose reparations to slavery for 3 reasons. Number 1, such a program is considered too hard to implement. Number 2, such a program is considered too expensive. Number 3, the harms were considered to have happened too long ago. But did you catch this article that came out last month by Linda J. Baums and Cornell Williams Brooks? It's called Normalizing Reparations, U.S. Precedent, Norms, and the Model for Compensating Harms and Implications for Reparations to Black Americans. It's open access, which means it's free to read online, so take a look. It demonstrates how millions of Americans already benefit from what they call reparatory compensation. And I'm not going to go through all of them because they really do an exhaustive survey of what already is out there, but just think about this, right? Think about the height of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, where the government enacted bipartisan legislation that provided direct relief to individuals and businesses who lost their jobs, their income, their wages, etc., to the tune of $6 trillion. Think about the compensation that veterans get for harms that are incurred in the service to our country, right? Think about the Federal Coal Mine Health and Safety Act, which provided monthly reparation compensation for coal miners who develop chronic illnesses in their job. Think about how the government steps in to help people who are the victims of climate disaster when the states can't or just won't pay out. Think about all the help that we set up in the Dust Bowl in the 1930s for farmers who lost their crops and their livestock and became homeless as a result. You know, we're still giving out subsidies that were created back then. And the article goes on and on. What the article shows us is that the mechanism for reparation already exists, and we have historically figured out how to make it affordable, and this directly challenges the reasons that Americans give for being against reparations. And this is obvious, how support for reparations, especially among young people, is growing. Tracking polls show overall support for some form of reparations by all voters has risen from just 14% in 2002 to around 30% in 2021, and up to 38% of likely voters. This figure rises to 57% for those aged 18 to 29.